never mentions a word about it. Never says anything. And the question is, look, the questions are endless. Was this lady, Jenny Thomas, was she tipped off to the Citizens United decision before it was rendered? Isn't that a question you have to ask? Did Jenny Thomas launch Liberty Central to take advantage of Citizens United so she could make a lot of money? What happened to the money that was raised by Jenny Thomas? I mean, are these questions that somebody needs to be asking and answering?
You would certainly think so, and we run into a couple of problems. One, when it comes to ethics issues, there really is no body that oversees the Supreme Court. They police themselves. If any of these things had been done on the lower federal court level, you know, these guys would be run out of Dodge for this unbelievably inappropriate behavior. So on the ethics issues, it's tough. You have to have the House of Representatives come in and impeach, and you realize that's probably not particularly likely, even if Democrats do take back the House next year, because they don't do that.
But it's beyond that. Don't you have an Attorney General that ought to be asking questions about Jenny? Even if you don't look, let's not talk about Crazy Clarence. Let's leave Crazy Clarence out of this thing. Let's talk about Jenny Thomas. Can't you at least take a look at Jenny Thomas from a standpoint of an AG investigation?
Well, that's exactly where this needs to happen, and that's why I'm focusing on the criminal issues rather than the ethical ones. The criminal issues need to be investigated by the DOJ, by the FBI. Yes, the Attorney General ought to be investigating this. Remember, they forced a Supreme Court justice out in the 60s, Abe Fortas, for doing a hell of a lot less.
Oh, my God, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
The question is, did Jenny Thomas raise funds for Liberty Central after Citizens United decision? If so, how much did she raise? Where did it go? What was it used for? Did it directly or indirectly benefit? These are questions that got to be answered. And especially when you add this new point that Anthony Weiner was focusing on, and that is that Citizens United had actually been the money, in a sense, behind Clarence Thomas 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many